I'm going to start the Paradise Promotion Collection webinar, and I'm going to hand over to the main lady, which is Victoria, who some of you may know, some of you may not. Victoria's also got a colleague, Donna, here. I'm going to hand over to Victoria, and she's going to start and introduce herself and continue with the webinar. Thanks, Vic.
Okay, thanks, Sarah. So yeah, I just wanted to say a quick hello to Donna for everybody as well. So Donna's joined Paradise Promotions, and she is doing some amazing content for us. She's a journalist as well as PR. So she's doing a fabulous job with all the newsletters that you will all be receiving. So, and if you need any of that content that you want to use in your own marketing, then please feel free. And any of the images, we're happy to share that. And all of those newsletters will feature as blogs on our new website, which hopefully should be up and running in the next week or so. So I am going to share my screen as everyone continues to come in. Oh, look at that. And Sarah did say, make sure you get your presentation back to the beginning. And I thought I had. So look, I'm already got a black mark against me. So, okay, everyone, good morning again. So I'm going to start. I'm going to try and go through this in about 45 minutes. And there's quite a lot of content. So I'm going to give you top liners and USPs for your toolkit, but we will follow up with fact sheets and links to more detailed trainings from our YouTube channel. And obviously, if you need anything, just put it in the chat if you've got any specific questions. So we're going to start in Barbados this morning over at St. Peter's Bay, which is on the northwest coast. So we're 10 minutes from Whole Town, and we're about 3 minutes away from Spikestown. So you can actually walk to Spikestown along the beach. To walk, it's a little bit further. I mean, probably about 5 or 6 minutes, but it's a really lovely walk, or you can go along the road. Now, a lot of people always ask me, where can you go if you're staying at St. Peter's Bay if you want to go out and eat? Because obviously it's not an all-inclusive product. It's sold on room only, but we do have a B&B plan. But I'm up on the screen at the moment, and I'm just going to move my picture down a little bit. In fact, I might minimize it completely if I hopefully will remember how to get it back up again. So these are some of my favorite places. Local & Co, which is here. I love it. It's a fabulous location. The food is lovely. It's all local food, so it's whatever is in season. And they've got a fabulous shop at the front as well, which does lovely jewelry and local crafts. Then you've got Caboose, which is this picture down here. This is great if you don't want to do fine dining or expensive dining all the time in Barbados. $15, you can get a fresh cutter, and $1.50 get a Banks beer and sit out and just take in the ambience by the sea. And then you've got 111 East, which is a more toes in the sand style vibe. They do yoga during the day. So there's loads of places. Spikestown has really, really regenerated, and it's a really lovely place to be able to go and walk out to. And they've also got a supermarket there as well. Now, another USP for you in regards to St. Peter's Bay is they are all residences which look out over the Caribbean Sea, which are incredible. So everybody has this amazing view from the master bedroom, the second bedroom, and the living kitchen dining area. So they're all essentially 3-bedroom residences, which start at 2,700 square foot of living space. And we go up to our 5-bedroom penthouse, which is 6,700 square foot of living space. So you have a lift from either end. You come up in a lift, you've got 2 double doors, and this space just unfolds in front of you. So if you've got larger families, maybe with more than 2 children, it's perfect because you don't have to request interconnecting rooms. Everybody has their own bedroom with their own ensuite bathroom. Nobody is in a sofa bed at all. You've got this amazing patio dining area, which opens up to the living kitchen dining area. And that's where you've got this door here opens up, and you've got a second lift, which I call the bikini lift because it takes you straight down to the pool and the beach. So really, really lovely residences. So perfect for kind of a home from home experience. And I put this slide in just really to show you, and this is really useful. It's something that you can use as in your toolkit when you're selling to clients, because it's quite difficult to envisage how the outlay of the residence actually is. But here you can quite clearly see from the floor plan. And then I wanted to say as well, we've upgraded the kids' activity zone. So the staff are amazing. They've incorporated loads of different types of activities for children. We have got a press release that Donna's done on this, so we will share that with you as well. But there's loads of stuff for the kids to do and activities for the children to do in the kids program and out on the beach as well. And we do have a concierge on property, so that's another USP for you. And also, if your clients are staying for 7 nights or more, we take them out and we do a complimentary tour on one of our water taxis. We have 2 water taxis. They go along the west coast, and if they're very lucky, they'll get to swim with the turtles. And if they were to come at this time of year, they would probably see the baby turtles laying, hatching or the eggs being laid. So it's a really beautiful spot outside St. Peter's Bay. And I also just wanted to highlight, we have this lovely current offer at the moment. So this is in addition to the rate discounts, which vary depending on how many nights and what time of year you're staying. But this is for this summer. So we're offering a complimentary daily breakfast and a pre-sunset cruise. So this is applicable on the 2 and 3 bedroom residences. So up on the screen now for agents watching from the UK, you can see the tour operators that you can book through. Anyone watching from America, they do have a US rep, so I will share their contact details with you as well on the follow-up so that you can reach out to them, or you can direct message me and I will put you in touch. So we're going to leave Barbados now. We're going to go to Jamaica to S Hotel, which is a member of Small Luxury Hotels of the World. It's one of my favorite places at the moment, although I do tend to say that a lot on these presentations. In terms of USPs, we are 5 minutes from the airport in Montego Bay. So if you've had a long flight and you don't want a long transfer, it's perfect. It's a boutique hotel. And we say that because although we're 120 rooms and suites, in that Montego Bay area, most of the properties are 300 to 400 rooms. So in comparison to that, we really are a boutique. Another USP for you is we are adults only, so age 16 and upwards. And we are all inclusive as well. And another USP for you really is that it resonates that it is Jamaica. So if you've got clients who don't necessarily just want to go somewhere and do a fly and flop, but they could be anywhere, they want to come to Jamaica and they want it to resonate in their hotel that they're in Jamaica, then this is a fabulous property for them as well. So in terms of the vibe, it's a really kind of artful property that combines all the urban sophistication that you would expect from a top resort, but it has an underlying rootsy vibe from Jamaica. So it has this kind of Miami vibe on the beach, but it really does resonate that you're in Jamaica. And I love this picture of the record player with the vinyl, Bob Marley, which I was so excited the first time I came to stay here that I was going to put this record player on and take me back to when I was younger. But unfortunately it's display only. So I did have to download the Bob Marley Legend album to dance around my hotel room, but it still worked. So it was great. So we do have these amazing statues throughout the property. So it's almost like a Jamaica museum as well when you come to S Hotel. We have Jamaican heroes. So right the way through from the very first Prime Minister of Jamaica to Louisa Bennett, who was really vocal in trying to get people in Jamaica to be passionate about speaking patois again, right the way up to Usain Bolt, and we've got Jimmy Cliff and Bob Marley. So life-size models made out of recycled materials with a plaque for each one to tell you a little bit more about them. But the hotel do a Jamaica cultural tour as well. So you could join that tour and it's about half an hour and somebody will walk you through the hotel and explain a little bit more to you. So there are other touches of Jamaica through the hotel as well. We have live music around the pool every day. So there's a live DJ playing reggae music and kind of soca music. So that's really cool. We have live music. We have a band in the evening around the pool as well. And in the fine dining restaurant, we have either a pianist or a saxophonist. So loads of things happening in terms of music. Now, when we talk about the rooms at S Hotel, the rooms are stunning. We have these beautiful views of the Caribbean Sea, award-winning bathrooms. But one thing I really wanted you to take away was we have a lead-in room category called a mini king room. Now, if you do sell the mini king room, you need to really explicitly tell your clients that this room has a reduced rate on it because it's a smaller room with a view of the car park rather than the ocean. And I think for your clients, you really should look at the Ocean View Double Deluxe room as your lead-in room category, and then go up from there to the Presidential Sky Suite, which we only have one of, and it's absolutely stunning. So in terms of dining, for a property that only has 120 rooms and suites, we have 5 restaurants. So we've got a huge choice of restaurants. I won't run through all of the restaurants on this webinar, but I will send you a follow-up which has got a fact sheet which details all of the restaurants, the different cuisines, if you need to pre-book, etc. But suffice to say that your clients will not queue for the restaurants because we have such a wonderful choice. The food here really is exceptional. And we have a 24-hour cafe. So if you're coming back from the hip strip, you've maybe been out for dinner or to a bar or nightclub and you want to get a cup of coffee and a biscuit before you go to bed, then we have that 24-hour coffee cafe as well. So really fabulous food. And this is just some more pictures of some of the restaurant areas. This is actually our newest restaurant up here, and I love this because it's really got that music vibe. But they've also got restaurants where they serve your food on a hot stone plate, which is amazing. And then the picture down in the corner is actually our spa, which I will touch on again, but I just wanted to say, so the spa is called the Irie Spa and Baths. And Irie is a Jamaican word. It means excellent, fabulous, everything is first class. So if you're in Jamaica, you might hear people say it's Irie man, which means it's really cool and everything's good. And our baths down under the resort, we have 3. These go all the way back, so they're all different temperatures. So they really replicate natural hot springs. And once you've had your treatment in the spa, you can come here as well. And I can guarantee it's lovely. Now, in terms of the beach offering, we are situated on the world famous Doctor's Cave beach. It is the best beach in Montego Bay. Of course, I'm biased, but I have been around and seen some of the other beaches. And this beach has a lovely wide beach. It's got a lovely low gradient. The sand is super powdery soft, and it's crystal clear water. Now, to come onto Dr. Cave Beach, you have to walk through the Dr. Cave area and pay to come in if you're not a guest of S Hotel. However, if you're a guest of S Hotel, we have direct beach access from the resort. We have our own reserved area of the beach. We have our own sun loungers, and we offer waiter service on the beach. So you really do have a full connecting beach experience when you stay at S Hotel. And when we were there in April with some travel agents on a fam trip, we were swimming and there were eagle rays were coming right up to the shore. So it was amazing experience. Now, in terms of the pools, if you're not always a beach person and you would like to come and sit by the pools, our main pool area here has a variety of sun lounges and day beds and cabanas. You don't pay extra for them. They're available to the guests. If you're staying on the ground floor, you actually have your own private reserved cabana, but there are still plenty of cabanas for everybody. And then we also have the sky deck, which has this amazing kind of infinity pool up here, which is open. This area of the sky deck is open 24 hours a day as well. It's a fabulous spot for Instagram. And we've just launched a brunch. So the lady down in the bottom left-hand side, she is having the brunch experience. So this is something that's extra. So it's not included in the all-inclusive. It's $120 US per couple plus tax and service. And you can come up to the sky deck and have an exclusive brunch experience, which is lovely. Also on the sky deck twice a week, we do a champagne sunset reception, and that is complimentary. So you can join us for a glass of champagne and watch the incredible sunset. So this is just going back to the spa area and the baths. So our Irie Spa and Baths, we have the gymnasium as well. So a state-of-the-art gym, as well as 6 spa treatment rooms. So you can have massages and couples massages, and then the spa and then the sauna as well. Now, Andre is our head of guest activities, and he really is passionate about connecting with you guys. So if you make a booking, you can email Andre directly or email myself, and I'll forward the email to Andre and connect you. But he's more than happy to put a note in the room from you for your clients. And he organizes loads of activities on property. So rum tasting, coffee tasting, the Jamaica tour. We have yoga on the beach. There's water aerobics in the pool. So all of these things, there's a list every morning, and it tells you what's on and what time things are on, so your clients can go along. In addition to that, we also offer paint and sip, which is a great experience. We have a local artist comes in. Now that is a charge to cover the cost of the material. So that's $20 US per person plus tax and service. And another USP for you, we have some fabulous awards. So the property is often winning awards, and it was voted the #1 hotel in Montego Bay by Condé Nast Traveler Reader's Choice Awards. Now, on the fact sheet that I'm going to send you, there is a list of all the awards as well that we've won. So it's great for you to know that we've got so many great awards when you're selling to your clients. Now, if your clients are a little bit more adventurous, and perhaps they've been to some of the Caribbean islands and they would like to come and explore Jamaica a little bit more, I can't recommend enough coming up to Kingston. It's such an amazing vibe. It's a fusion of a city and the Caribbean. There's electric, it just feels electric. There's music playing when you walk out into the streets. And we have our sister property, which is also a member of Small Luxury Hotels of the World. And this is called Spanish Court. Slightly more business because obviously it's situated in New Kingston, so it's a business hub as well as an arts and culture hub within the city. There are lots of breakout areas where you can have drinks or coffee. There's a shop, great internet connection, 125 rooms, lots of different room categories, interconnecting rooms. This is not adults only, so children can come here as well. Outside at the back, we have this amazing pool garden area, where they have a DJ, a bar, they play music. If you've been out in Kingston or the surrounding areas during the day doing an activity or a tour, it's a great place to come back to, have a red stripe beer and just sit and watch the sunset. And then on the flip at the front of the property, we have this other pool area where we don't swim in here. We have floating fire pits in the evening. We have live music, bands come in, lots of local Jamaicans come to hang out here as well. So it's a really great ambience. And then where would you go in Kingston? So what's the draw for your clients to come to Kingston? Well, of course, it's the home of Bob Marley. So you can come and do the Bob Marley Museum tour, which is fascinating. You go to his house on Hope Street. They take you all the way around. Then you come out through the backyard area. You see where somebody actually tried to break in and shoot him at one point, and there's the holes in the walls where the bullets were, and they've got a video, and then you go through into the museum and they play a video of the whole of his life, which is fascinating. And then also in Kingston, you've got Devon House, which is like a National Trust building. It's beautiful. It's a lovely tour, very informative. And the courtyard, which you can just about see in the back here, they have this gorgeous courtyard, which has artisan shops and gift shops and cafes and restaurants, and you can get jerk chicken and all sorts of Jamaican things. So I recommend both of those activities. And also at Devon House, they have an ice cream parlor, and Devon House ice cream was voted, I think, the 4th best ice cream in the world. And you get a free ice cream with your Devon House tour. So if that's not worth going for any other reason, it's just to go and try the ice cream, which is amazing. Now, if you want to venture out of Kingston a little bit, we have obviously the Blue Mountains in Jamaica, which are just outside of Kingston. So you can do the Blue Mountain coffee tour, which is really, really interesting. I love coffee, but I never quite knew the story of how coffee came into Europe, how coffee is grown and produced, what you have to do to be a coffee taster. I could not be a coffee taster because you're not allowed to drink alcohol or eat spicy food. But it's a really fascinating industry. So there's a lovely tour you can do, or you could do the Blue Mountain hike, which is incredible. The views are amazing. And at the end of the hike, they take you to this cold water area where there's a waterfall, and you get to jump in and swim around and stand under the waterfall, which is really, really refreshing after an exhilarating hike. So again, it's showing who you can book through from the UK. But again, we do have a US rep, so I will share the contact details for you for the US rep as well. And we do have agent rates. So if you'd like to go and try for yourself, then S Hotel you can do. Now I'm flipping over to Turks and Caicos, which is really exciting because they have a direct flight coming online from the UK in November. It will be a Virgin flight, and it will go twice a week direct to Turks and Caicos, and then it goes on to Montego Bay. So you might want to twin Turks and Caicos and Jamaica. That would be an amazing trip, and 2 very, very different islands. So in Turks and Caicos, we have the Sands, the Palms, and the Shore Club. And one thing I wanted to get across was that it's actually a British territory, which you don't think of. And the first time I went there, I was like, Barbados has so much traction from the UK, and I can't quite understand why Turks and Caicos hasn't had that as well, because it is stunning. We are situated in Provincialis, which is not the capital. The capital of Turks and Caicos is actually North Caicos, but there's not as much there. But if you fly in, the international flights come into Provo, and we are about a 15-minute transfer to the different properties. And on Provo, these are some of the pictures that I took when I was there a little while ago. There's loads of places to go and eat out. So if you book all inclusive, I feel like you really have missed an opportunity, because in Turks and Caicos, you want to hire a car and you want to explore the island and you want to go out and about and try some of these fabulous restaurants and bars. So this is the Conch Shack, which is right on the beach. It's beautiful setting. It's a great place to come and have a rum punch or a meal. They have live music here as well. Bugaloos is one of my favorites. I thought this was so cool. Look, I'm going to play this little video. So I took this on my phone. So you can see you actually the water is only about a foot deep, and you can sit around a table having your beer, and the beer is called I Ain't Lying, which I think is just amazing. And it's really nice beer as well. So that's some of the areas that you would need a car to get to. But if you wanted to come in more to where the restaurants are around Grace Bay, then Coco Bistro is one of the top fine dining restaurants on the island. It's amazing. It's a lovely kind of outside courtyard with all these ferns that have kind of grown up and provide a natural canopy. If you don't want to do fine dining, then they have a street van, which is called Coco Van, which is across the other side of the restaurant area. And you can just come here and get some kind of like street food. So it's got a really, really good vibe. Now, there's also in the Grace Bay area, there's loads of shops you can go to. There are art shops, there are boutiques, there are gift shops. My favorite cafe is called Lemon to Go. They do amazing mochas and lattes, and around the corner they've got like a DJ decks, and you can come, and in the evenings they have music, live music and things. So where do you stay to be able to take advantage of all of these? So we've got 3 different properties. The Sands at Grace Bay is our leading 4-star property. And I always think that Turks and Caicos and Provo in particular is a little bit like a cross between Barbados and the Maldives, because you've got the restaurants that you go out to eat at like you do in Barbados, but you've got the beaches that are absolutely incredible. I've never seen anything like them in the Caribbean before, and they just remind me of the Maldives or possibly the Seychelles. So in terms of the accommodation, you can have just a normal hotel room, or you can have a 1, 2 or 3 bedroom residence, which has a full kitchen. So if you want to, all the rooms are room only, and then you could go to the local supermarket, you could buy food and cook for yourself if you don't always want to eat out. We have one restaurant on property called Hemingway's, but it's not part of the hotel, it's owned independently. So we can't do a food package at this property, but you have so many different options for eating, as I said, out and about in the local area. Plus you can go to the supermarket or even maybe bring some food with you. Especially if you've got small children, it's often easy to bring some bowls of pasta and things. So these are just some of the pictures that I took on my phone when I was last there to kind of show some of the rooms and the kitchens and the setups at the Sands. Now, the Palms is just up from the Sands, so it's on the same strip of beach, which is called Grace Bay, and this is a 5-star property. They actually took the designer to Barbados and showed him Sandy Lane before they built it, and he came back and designed this with that kind of influence in his mind. So this is the lobby area. It's bigger than the Sands, so we have more opportunities for eating. We have Parallel 23, which is our fine dining restaurant. There's the courtyard where you have your breakfast. There are loads of little breakout areas where we could do like a private dinner or a lovely wedding area. So this is a really beautiful property. The rooms are stunning, very kind of elegant in their style. Again, we have hotel rooms, and then we go up to residences. We have executive penthouses. You can have rooms that interconnect, so we can give you like a 2 or a 3 or a 4 bedroom. Again, you can self-cater because you have that full kitchen area. You could have a chef come in and cook for you as well if you want to, but just take a moment to look out of those windows and see the color of that sea. It's absolutely incredible. Then we have a spa. Now, there are 2 renowned spas on the islands of Turks and Caicos. One is at Como Parrot Key, which obviously you need a boat to get to, and the other one is at the Palms. So we have probably the best spa that's accessible to clients on the island. So if you do want to, have a spa package as well, that's something that you could book for your clients. And then the pool area is in between the restaurant and this amazing beach. So a really, really lovely beach for your clients. And if you look out, about a mile out from this beach is actually the world's 2nd largest reef. So if you've got clients that like diving or snorkeling, we can help and arrange dive packages for you, or just arrange for them to maybe go out and do 2 or 3 tank dives over a couple of days. And also kite surfing. It's very shallow, it's great water, and it's a fabulous place to learn to kite surf. In fact, Jeff, the GM, does that at the weekends. So he's learning to kite surf. And look at that beach. That is actually that white sand and crystal clear. And when we were there last time, there were one of the, I can't remember what they called it. They call them Tikai boats or something. It's like a bar that is floating as a boat, and you can just swim out to it, climb on and sit at the bar and have a drink, which is amazing. I thought that was super cool. So we're going to go out of Grace Bay, literally a 10-minute drive around the corner to Long Bay and the Shore Club, which is the most incredible property that I've ever seen. It's absolutely stunning. It's both a resort with hotel rooms and residences and executive penthouses, and we also have villas, six-bedroom villas, and you can book the villas as a 4, a 5, or a 6. We have restaurants, we have spa. It's just the most beautiful place. This is the main pool area. Again, it's open 24 hours a day. In the evening, the island in the middle here opens up and there is a fire pit. There are cabanas which you can hire. So if you don't want to be in the sun all day, you don't need to be in the sun all day. And then in the evening, with the lighting, it just changes its ambience. This is the rope bar. So great place for lunch. Or in the evening, you could come and have a pre-dinner drink, or after dinner, you could come in and have a drink here. So really lovely place. Outside of the rope bar, we have our fine dining restaurant, and we have Surin, which is our sushi restaurant, which is amazing for anybody that loves sushi. And then we also have the Olive Tree restaurant, which is, again, a courtyard where they've actually bought trees in. They've saved kind of trees in the local areas, bought them in, they've flourished, they've produced a beautiful natural canopy. They've hung fairy lights. So in the evenings, the ambience of this restaurant totally changes, and it's really beautiful, kind of wholesome food. In terms of the rooms, I've kind of given you a little bit of an overview, but here are some of the pictures. You can see the quality and the standard. This is actually the executive penthouse that I'm showing you now. And then this is the villa. So this would be your 6-bedroom villa. Now, another thing to note with this property is underneath the hotel, there are tunnels. So if you had clients who wanted complete autonomy and didn't necessarily want anyone to know that they were staying there, they can drive into the property underneath. They park their car and they take their lift straight up to their room, their residence, or their villa. So nobody needs to know they're there. They don't need to go to the restaurants if they don't want to. They can just use it as a villa or a self-catering property. So that is pretty incredible. And if you're staying at the villa, when you come out of the back of the villa, you have this beautiful private pathway down to your own little enclave on the beach, where you have your own water sports area, you have waiter service, you have a butler. And again, this beach just goes out for miles. And you can see, I'm going to highlight, this looks like a tanker in the distance. It's actually a boat that is positioned there, and you can go out on jet skis and then you can snorkel around it. How cool is that? And there's loads of stuff you can do here as well. Snorkeling, non-motorized water sports, kite surfing, you name it, it's there. So just a really, really stunning property. And this is this would be one whole of the villas. So again, on the screen, you can see who you can book through. Just direct message me if there's anybody that you particularly would like to book through that isn't being shown on the screen at the moment. Now, something completely different. We're going to go over to Dominica, to one of my favorite destinations. This I call the Costa Rica of the Caribbean. 365 rivers, so one for every day of the year. Now, one of the big questions, particularly from the UK market, was how do we get there? BA have an interline agreement with Intercaribbean, so it's a code share. So your clients will go through Barbados, they change onto an Intercaribbean flight. They've got just under 3 hours in Barbados to change, and then they jump onto an Intercaribbean flight, and it's an hour transfer over to Dominica. Simple, absolutely simple now. If you're coming from the US, there are lots and lots of flights. Miami, out of Miami on Intercaribbean as well. So loads of different ways to get there from America. So really great destination. It's really lush. These images I took a few years ago when I was there. Trafalgar Falls are 2 incredible waterfalls. It's really lush, very mountainous again. This gentleman is called River. He takes you up the Indian River. He's called Fire, and takes you up the Indian River on this rowboat, which is where they filmed some of the Pirates on the Caribbean. And you can go up with a rum punch and just see all the animals and the flora and fauna and the swamp. It's incredible. It's a really lovely, relaxing boat tour to do. And this is the sunset at Fort Young, which is amazing, and actually has a green orb coming in. So it's absolutely incredible. So in terms of the hotel itself, Fort Young Hotel and Dive Resort is in a perfect location. It's right on the edge of the Caribbean Sea in Roseau, which is the capital of Dominica. So easy to walk out to bars and restaurants, although the best food I've had in Dominica actually is in Fort Young Hotel and Dive Resort. But you can walk out to different bars and restaurants, the French Quarter, the markets, some fabulous shopping. My favorite is Land. Always go there whenever I come to Dominica. And then you can see all of the activities that your clients would want to do: the Wakabuki Trail, the Boiling Lake hike, the thermal spas, Trafalgar Falls, Take Two Gorge. They're all between 5 and 20 minutes, either walk, car, or by boat. And this is canyoning. So Dominica, you can do as DM. He is a bit extreme. So he's doing the canyoning here. And then we also have the world's second largest boiling lake, which is an amazing hike. It's like a 6-hour round trip. And the image down here, this is one of the travel agents that we took on our last fam trip. We were snorkeling through the Champagne Reef. So if you imagine, it's actually like bubbles, warm bubbles are coming up and you're snorkeling through them. And if you've got maybe a couple and one is a diver and one isn't a diver, you can come out on the dive boats and somebody could snorkel. And this is also a great dive place. And you can actually, as you snorkel, you kind of go over and you see the wall just drop away. I mean, I have to say, when I've done that, I've very quickly turned around and swam back so I can see the bottom. But it is absolutely incredible. Say that I did mention, we are the only property on Dominica that has a dive shop on site as well. So your clients can come and do diving. We have unlimited complimentary shore diving. We are about to sink rum, so we'll have ocean aged rum and you'll be able to dive down and see the casks. They've put other machinery down there as well, so there's things to dive down and see. And you can also learn to dive if you want to. And another key USP for Dominica is that we have these beautiful sperm whales and they're resident in Dominica all year round. So you can come and do whale watching, and there's even the opportunity to swim or snorkel with the sperm whales as well. Now we're taking ownership of 2 new dive boats, which will be ready by the 1st of October. So I will be sending more information. We've got some fabulous dive packages, but I'm trying to mix them up a little bit. So dive maybe 3 tank dives over 5 or 6 days, plus some island adventure dives, some bird watching or some snorkeling. So I will be sending more information out, but we really could tailor any package for your clients. So one other thing that we've done, because Dominica has so much to offer, is we've launched an all-inclusive island included package. So as well as your F&B, your transfers, a spa treatment, every day we take you out on a different tour. So it could be a land-based tour or a water-based tour. It could be snorkeling at the Champagne Reef one day and then swimming up Take Two Gorge the next day, and then doing a trek or a trail or going to Trafalgar Falls the following day. So you could use this content in your marketing. And then we can, again, if you've got clients who prefer more land than water, we can tailor a package for your clients. So this is the property itself. These are the 40 rooms that we have at the moment, but we have more rooms coming on stream. So from the 1st of November, Fort Young Hotel and Dive Resort will have a total of 100 rooms. They've all been built. We have amazing updates and infrastructure coming for the 1st of November as well. And we'll have new lead-in room categories that will overlook the mountains, plus another 30 room categories that overlook the ocean. So it's going to be incredible. And we'll have more information coming for you in the months to come before we actually launch on the 1st of November. And it's going to be such a chic property, built in an original fort that was built in 1699. We still have the original fort walls and the fort oven that was there cooking bread in the 1700s. So it is a really historical, and again, it feels like you're in a museum. It resonates that you're in Dominica. The rooms were all refurbished during the pandemic, and they all have this amazing feature wall with the map of how Dominica landscape was in the 1700s. So this is really great. And our spa we have as well. And then this is just going to be the new entrance. So you can see here, this is the original fort wall building. So I'm going to skip through this slide because I will be sending you all the details. And I know that I don't want to run out of time this morning. Now, here we are at Bay Gardens Resorts, and I'm actually at Bay Gardens Resorts. Now I'm at the beach resort. So I'm holding this up. I don't know if you can see any of that. It's not the best weather today, but tomorrow it's going to be amazing. And if you follow us on Instagram, you'll be able to see all of our posts. And it's just the most amazing place. It's so lovely to be back here. So just to give you a bit of a run through, Bay Gardens Resorts encompasses 3 3-star properties, which give you an amazing lead-in price point, but guests can come to the 4-star Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa and use the facilities, the beach, the non-motorized water sports, everything. So that is something of a real USP for your clients, particularly people that are on a price point. In terms of how you get to St. Lucia, you would fly in on the international flight to Huanora International Airport, which is down in the south. And then you take a transfer, which is 90 minutes up to Rodney Bay, which is the prime entertainment area. So from any of the properties, you can walk out into Rodney Bay. I spoke to a travel agent this morning who stayed at the Bay Gardens Marina Haven, which is the furthest away from the beach. And he walked here. He said it took him 10 minutes to get to Rodney Bay and another 10 minutes walk down to the beach. So although we have the shuttle, it's the furthest walk is 20 minutes if you want to do that. Now, a USP for you is that Bay Gardens is a family. All of the resorts, all of the properties, it's a family-run business. Again, it resonates that you're in St. Lucia. We're now in our third, what's the word I'm looking for? So we're like third generation, sorry, of families that have been incorporated in Bay Gardens resorts, but all of the staff here are extended family, and your clients become a member of the Bay Gardens family on arrival. And that really resonates. And I think that's why we have such a great repeat business. So once you've booked Bay Gardens, any of the properties, you find that your clients will repeat, which is brilliant for you guys because it's just a really easy booking to make. Again, if you've got clients who really worry about corporate responsibility, Bay Gardens has a huge tick here. They raise money, not just for St. Lucia, but for the wider Caribbean as well. So this slide just shows you, this is the Bay Gardens Marina Haven, which is a small property with just over 30 rooms. The Bay Gardens Inn is also a small property with just over 30 rooms. And then in the middle, we have the Bay Gardens Hotel, which has 87 rooms, lots of different room categories, 3 swimming pools, a fabulous restaurant called Spices. It really is a great place if you want to come and, again, stay with locals, sit at the bar next to locals who are coming in for a drink after work. So it's a great place to stay if you want to come and feel like you are in St. Lucia. We have launched a wellness package at the Bay Gardens Hotel, which includes yoga, which I did this morning, which was amazing. It includes massages, it includes an Ayurvedic treatment, it includes a healthy menu, it includes access to all the non-motorized water sports, and Splash Island Water Park, which is a bit of a workout if you've not been on it before. So this is a great price point if you've got people that want to dip their toe in a wellness package, but without spending thousands and thousands of dollars or pounds. This is our spa that we have. And then we have these amazing villas. Now, these are 2 villas. They're not situated on the Bay Gardens resort property. They are in the Bay Garden, they're in Rodney Bay Marina. So they're independent, but they have access to the beach, to the non-motorized water sports, to the pool, to Splash Island Water Park. You could book them on all-inclusive and have a cook come in and cook for you. They are 2 really great villas. They do sell out. You can actually take both of them as well because they're right next to one another. So each villa is 4,000 square foot. And they're just a really, really lovely space with a private pool. And you could even bring a boat if you had clients that were sailing and wanted to stop in St. Lucia for a few nights. They can moor their yacht just out here. So Water's Edge Villas is another option that they have. Now, all of these properties that I mentioned do have access to the Bay Gardens Beach Club, which is how we've kind of packaged the water sports and Splash Island Water Park. So it just kind of makes it more digestible and easier for you to sell. So this is something that you can sell to all of your clients. And I've got a short video. So I'm going to take a breath for a moment and play you. This is Splash Island Water Park. Well, I hope that was okay and didn't lag. And as I mentioned as well at the beginning, all of the videos we can share with you for the content. So this is the Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa property. And it's good to note as well, St. Lucia doesn't have as many great family products at the moment. And we were a finalist from the Travel Industry Awards last year by TTG 2022 as one of the top family providers of the year kind of globally. And you, with the Splash Island Water Park, the non-motorized water sports, the ease, everything's flat. You can get anywhere within 60 seconds. You can really see why. I won't dwell too much on the accommodation because I will send you fact sheets and things, but just to say that we do have 1-bedroom suites that always interconnect with a deluxe room, which open up to give you a 2-bedroom suite, and you have a full kitchen area as well. Amazing restaurants. Last night we ate at Sea Grapes and it was just stunning. The food was really, really good. They have themed nights and the most amazing, look, I took this last night, the most incredible sunsets. And I've seen so many beautiful Caribbean sunsets, but I wanted to show you guys this because this is the most amazing sunset I remember seeing in the Caribbean. So that I just wanted to put that in as well. And again, we can share any of these with you. And also we have free wedding packages. So if you do weddings, then, you know, we have a wedding coordinator, I can't even speak. We have a wedding coordinator on site and we can do weddings from 2 up to 150 guests. So great for weddings as well. Now we're going to go back to Barbados to a property called Divi Southwinds. Now, if you've got clients that think the Caribbean is luxury and it's too expensive, I can't afford it, then this is a great property for them. It's in Barbados, so very accessible from all markets. It's on the south coast. It's, again, it's all self-catering accommodation. So big plus on the rooms because they're really much larger than you would get in most other hotels. Lots of space, great for families, 3 swimming pools. They have crazy golf here. They've got tennis courts. They've got this amazing beach, which is gorgeous. And they've got one of the pools is down by the beach. There's a lovely restaurant down here as well. So this is a really great option. It's right in the heart of St. Lawrence Gap. So if you know where Barbados is, you're close to the airport. So literally maybe 20 minutes drive from the airport when you arrive in Barbados. You can walk into St. Lawrence Gap to all the bars and the restaurants. You've got supermarkets, so you can self-cater. Again, you could put some things in your suitcase if you really wanted to make sure that you've just got some simple basics to get you going. But they do have restaurants on property as well, so you can eat and you can do bed and breakfast as well at this property. So a really, really lovely property for your clients as well if you've got clients that are coming in on a budget. And then we're going to go over to Golden Rock in Nevis. So look, there's Donna. Donna's just come back. I didn't forewarn Donna actually that I was putting her picture on this presentation. But that's Donna and also Ivo, who is the GM. So to get to Nevis, you fly twice a week BA into St. Kitts. Obviously, if you're coming from America, then you would come over on American flights into St. Kitts, and Martin is our rep in America, so I can share your details with Martin if you haven't got them already. Once you get to St. Kitts Airport, we say it's just under an hour door to door to get from St. Kitts Airport to Golden Rock Inn itself. And that includes a 6-minute boat transfer, which is just long enough to have a lovely rum punch or a beer. So when you come to Golden Rock Inn, this is a magical jungle. It's 40 acres of tropical landscape gardens, actually landscaped by a gentleman called Raymond Jungles, who was christened Raymond Jungles. I did check that because I just thought it was extraordinarily amazing and what a coincidence. But he's landscaped this garden with the owners, who are 2 New York artists, Helen and Bryce Marden, and they've really just used this as a canvas. So we're 1,000 feet above sea level, so there's not so much need for air conditioning. So we don't have air conditioning. They had TVs in the rooms from COVID, but they are removing them again. They had they had no TVs in the room, sorry, before COVID. So they are going to go back to that as well. But this is a place where you can carve out your own little area, your own little niche. We have just 11 rooms scattered across these 40 acres, and then the main pool area and the restaurant area. So you can either just have your own space, or if you go with groups or friends, you can come together in the gardens or around the pool. One thing to note as well is you can do a buyout here for $6,000 per night plus tax and service, which I think is 24%, and that sleeps up to 24 people. So fabulous if you had a anniversary or a wedding or a 50th or 60th birthday, or just a larger family that or group of friends that wanted to come together and have something very special. Every room is different. There's no room the same. This is the Dal room. This is our lead-in room. We've only got one of these. It's all made out of wood, very Nevisian in style. We also have just one of the sugar mill, and that's beautiful, very, very romantic sugar mill. And then downstairs, it's two twins. So it's also great for a family. So families are very welcome here as well. So this is the sugar mill room here. And then this is a lovely space where you can just come and have a drink before dinner at the bar. Really nice and cool. And some of the other rooms, and again, I mentioned it's artists that own the property, and they really have just used every little bit of this as a canvas to put colour on. Everything has been thought out and designed and placed. This is the main pool area, which always reminds me of a French chateau. So somewhere you can come and relax by the pool. And of course, you come to the Caribbean, you do want to spend time on the beach. So the closest beach to Golden Rock Inn is 15-minute drive away. And the beach that's furthest away is a 25-minute drive. So we can arrange for your clients to be dropped down to any of the beaches. And of course, we've got Sunnies, which some of you, if you know Nevis, may well know already, where they do the most incredible rum punch called Killer Bee. And I wouldn't recommend you have more than two. I know people who have had more than two and they've ended up crashing a golf buggy. So I really wouldn't recommend you have more than two. And then in Golden Rock, food is really, really important. The restaurant here called The Rocks is incredible. The rates are all bed and breakfast, and it's a really, really substantial amount of breakfast that we have. And also, just to note, for a small property that only has 11 rooms, we have on average 60 to 70 covers per night in the restaurant. It's all candle lit. If it's a special occasion like Easter or Mother's Day or Valentine's Day, they have live music. The ambience is just incredible, and it's a really special place to come and have dinner. I've got a few repeat slides in there, sorry about that. So again, on the screen is just who you can book with and who it's suitable for, but we will send you full links for all of these as well. And then I just wanted to say we have just launched ourselves on Instagram. I am just catching up with all these things. And we're using Instagram as a platform to showcase properties, to give you content that you can use and then flip onto your Instagram or your social media marketing. We're putting out packages and who you can book through as agents. We're giving you details of agent rates and fam trips. So we take a fam trip to all of our properties once a year. We've got fam trips coming up this year in Nevis, and we've got fam trips coming up this year in Dominica. The only thing we ask you to do is cover the cost of your international flights, and then we will look after you from there. But we are running now a competition. So for every month, what we're going to do is we're going to pick somebody at random who's a member of not. I got told off by young people for saying registered. It's not registering on Instagram, it's following us. So if you could follow us on Instagram every month, we will pick somebody out and we will send them an Amazon voucher. So that's going to be our monthly prize draw. So that's it. I think I've just managed to do that in under an hour, and I've left a few minutes for questions. So my details are on the screen, but I am going to send you follow up. I'll add you all to our database as well, so you get all our amazing newsletters, which Donna is creating. They're themed. So this month this month I think it will be sustainability. Next month it will be sustainability. This month it was families. The month before it was authentic Caribbean. As I say, all of that content will then be flipped over into a blog on the website, which you are more than welcome to share. So that's it. I've stopped sharing my screen, and hopefully Sarah will hear me, see me, and pick up.
I'm here. I was what was that bee rum that you was talking about? Because I'm quite into trying that.
It's called a Killer Bee. Yeah, I've had a few bad rum experiences, so I won't drink it anymore. But I like spiced rum. Neat spiced rum actually is one of my favorites, particularly at Christmas. But yeah, it's lethal. So you just have to be very careful. I think, Donna, did you try it when you were there a couple of weeks ago?
I did. I did. I did, and I met Sunshine's the owner. He's
Oh, wow.
brilliant. Sunshine is the guy that started it all off, and it's his secret recipe, and you won't tell anyone, but it's amazing. It has got a punch to it. It's got a cute, what's it called, a sting to it, but it's lovely. It's really nice and very warming. You feel. I had one and then went to beer. It was great.
Brilliant.
Super.
Great.
Okay, we do have quite a few little questions to get through for you. I know there was a few in chat as well, which I think there's too many comments to go through them all, but we'll have a go. Chris has asked, do you do travel agent rates for S Hotel? Or do you know what they are?
Yes, we do. So off the top of my head, I think, because I know it's $299 per room based on 2 people sharing plus tax and service. Okay. There's a winter and a summer rate, but if you send me an email or reply to my email when I send the follow-up, then I will share the interline rates. And we will, as I say, we're launching a new website. We'll have all of the interline rates across all of the properties will be on the website, so everyone can see them, and it will tell you how to book if you want to book on the interline rates as well.
Super, thank you. Neil hasn't mentioned the hotel, but it was quite early in the webinar, and he's asked, are the cabanas, I can't even speak today, cabanas complimentary or included?
Well,
do you know which hotel?
If that was S Hotel, they are complimentary. If you're staying in one of the rooms on the ground floor, you actually have your own private cabana. So there's some on that side by the pool, in between the pool and the room, which is your private reserved cabana, but there's cabanas on the other side of the pool area as well. And I've never had a problem grabbing a cabana for a couple of hours. If you're talking about the cabanas at the Shore Club, then they do rent them out. And it's in US dollars. I'm not sure exactly what the cost is, but I can find that out.
Okay, super. Chris has asked, does the S Hotel cater to couples? I'm planning a trip to Jamaica for December 24 and I would like to consider it.
Yes, absolutely. It's perfect for couples and friends. So it's adults only, so age 16 and upwards. So the larger rooms sleep up to 3 people, not 4. So that could be it could be a group of 3 adults, or it could be 2 adults, maybe, and a 16, 17, 18-year-old child that are traveling together, or couples. It's a really, really romantic place. So yeah, it really suits couples as well.
Okay, super. Tara's asked a question. Everything is so beautiful. For a first-time traveller, where would you recommend their first visit be? That's a good question, Tara.
Really good question. So in the Caribbean, most people start with somewhere like Barbados. I mean, I think you just have to get through all of them. You have to start with one and tick off, because they're all amazing. I mean, St. Lucia is lovely. It's really beautiful scenery. And it's got beautiful beaches. I think the first time you're coming to the Caribbean, maybe you want to go somewhere with that beach, because that's your iconic image. But a lot of people now are twinning. So depending on the client, if they were interested maybe in spending a bit longer in the Caribbean, you could possibly island hop and twin 2 islands together.
Yeah, it's becoming very popular at the moment, even in a 10-night one destination holiday, the twin centres, and people wanting to get out and see 2 different coastlines and things. So yeah, it's very popular, twinning.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 hotels.
I think with the flights now, some of the big carriers they'll tag, so you can use the international carrier to twin as well. You don't necessarily have to go to the smaller carrier if you don't get that coming up on your system. So you, for example, with BA going between, so when we came out here, it was St. Lucia, and then it went on to Tobago. And I know that Virgin will do Turks and Caicos and then Montego Bay. So you can sometimes book that connection as well on the main carrier.
Okay, super. Charles, he said these properties are absolutely stunning. Thank you. I'll take that for you. Are the fact sheets or brochures for your Turks and Caicos properties? Do you have any? This is from Deborah.
We do. Yeah. So we have got Google links, which we will send you, which have images, the hero images, the fact sheets. And also we're putting the images like that we take when we're out. which sometimes have just a different perspective. They, you know, sometimes the glossy images are amazing, but you might on your social media want to use an image that looks like you took it when you were there on your own holiday. So we've got some of those images as well, and you're free to use any of the images. So you don't have that awful email that they seem to send out these days, phishing for money, saying you've used a picture and you didn't have the rights to use it. So
that's terrible at the moment. Yeah, you got to be really careful.
So you do have to be really mindful of that. So yeah, we're happy for you to use any of our images.
Excellent. Carol's asked a question, but then she's corrected it below because she thinks she's seen a photograph. So in Fort Young, will the new dive boats be Livia boards for perhaps scuba diving groups? And then she said, sorry, I've just seen the photos of the boats, so probably not.
No, they're smaller. They're not liveaboard size. Yeah.
Super. Just get through that one. Adrienne, she wants you to send the presentation over to her. So Adrienne, if you can email Victoria when the webinar's finished, when I've sent the link, and then she'll be able to send what you need over to her. Can you share your Instagram handle again for your registration?
Yes, it's Paradise Promotions Marketing.
Paradise Promotions Marketing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I put that up on the screen so everyone can see it?
Yeah, I just do that because we've had 3 questions asking the same thing.
Did I put it? Oh, yeah, so it's at the top. So at Paradise Promotions Marketing.
Okay. And you can see the little icon with the Paradise Promotions logo and the little tree.
Yes.
So you'll know you're in the right one.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, Victoria, I did sign up.
Good. I think I saw that actually, because I put loads of videos from Peaks Awards up when we went to, we took these pink flamingos with a group of agents to Peaks, and they came with me all week on a road trip with Ivo, who was over. So
excellent. How do you find out about fam trips? Anik's asking.
Send me an email, please. And I always have a spreadsheet of people that have requested that they'd like to be included, and then when we have a fam trip, I just send it to those people first, or I'll post it on the Instagram that we have a fam trip and we have places available.
Super. Joy's asking, can you just put your contact information back up? So I think that's the last page. Sorry, making you work for it today.
No, that's okay. That's what we're here for.
Mia's asked, what does the S in S Hotel stand for? Sarah's Hotel, maybe?
Yeah, no? Maybe it is. Maybe it's so interesting story. I think the S is, so the gentleman that owns and founded both properties is Mr. Christopher Issa. So he's obviously got an S in his name, not the beginning of the S, but I think it came from the S. And there is another story. In fact, Donna might be able to tell me a little bit more, because they talk about the S and the W. Was it Donna that he was saying when we met him about the W?
Yeah, yeah, he said something about the S Hotel is like going to be branded like the W. They wanted to be known for like the word
Swanky Hotel.
Yeah, it's S, like S and W, it just falls off the top, and it says we want to be like that. And then Spanish Quarters were like the Ritz, and so it's like kind of between the S Hotel, W and the Ritz. He said something around that.
Actually, yeah, you've just reminded me. So this is the story. They had Spanish Court, which was their first property in Kingston, and then when they opened the hotel in Montego Bay, they were going to call it S Court and move the court down, but then that would become Escort, which might give you the wrong impression of the hotel. So that's why they decided to go to S Hotel rather than Escort.
Okay, makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, that's the end of the questions and answers. I'm just going to make sure if anybody does have any that we've not managed to cover, or you've popped them into chat, please, when I send the recording and everything out, just reply back to Victoria. We like to make sure that she can't be going to the spa all the time and that she's answering emails. So send as many over as you want. Yeah, we're joking, Victoria. We love you. We want you to be enjoying yourself as well. We're just jealous. I'm just jealous.
I've got 10 travel agents with me in St. Lucia. So when I finish here, I'm going to have to go and take them to see all the other Bay Gardens properties. before we go to Splash Island Water Park. So I'll post.
My heart bleeds. My heart bleeds, seriously. Okay, so we're going to get now to the part of the day where everybody goes to chat, and make sure that your drop down says everyone, because Victoria's got 3 different prizes to give away today. What she's going to do is she's going to ask a question. I'm not going to tell you which hotel to start with. I'm going to leave that with Victoria. And then the fastest finger will get the 10 entries. Everybody else will get 1 entry, and I will let you know when I do the follow-up who the winners are. So Victoria, over to you with the questions and announcing.
So the first prize is a £50 Amazon voucher from Fort Young Hotel and Dive Resort. And so the question is, I mentioned that we're going to have some incredible updates, and I will do a presentation just on these updates when the time is right, hopefully before it's due to open, because it is going to be stunning. But what was the opening date? Oh my gosh, right in there.
Patricia was first.
Yeah. Fabulous. Well done. Congratulations. That's amazing. Everybody's just on the #1 button.
Just to, are you putting it on an Amazon with Fort Young, or are you doing it through the rewards? You might as well do it through the rewards.
I can, or I'm more than happy to do it with whichever way the winner would like me to do it.
Okay.
So whoever wins it can choose whether they want it through the rewards or whether they want to have it as an Amazon voucher.
Okay, super. Okay.
So the second prize is another £50 Amazon voucher from the Palms. So my question here is, I mentioned that we're going to have a direct flight coming in November. Which airline is the direct flight?
Is that maybe Virgin?
It is Virgin, yes. So BA have a flight already, which is twice a week. It's currently, I think, Sunday and a Thursday, and it goes via Nassau, but you don't get off the plane. So it's still a great service. So that will be 4 flights to Turks and Caicos on a weekly basis, and you'll have the choice of Virgin or BA, which is going to be amazing.
That's very, very good. Sophie was the first person. So you are with the 10 prize draw entries. So, and the final, I believe it's where you are located right now.
It is. So we are giving away 3 nights for 2 people on bed and breakfast at the Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa. So the question is, within the presentation, I mentioned that Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa was a finalist for Best Family Holiday Provider of the Year. Can anyone remember the name of the awards it was that they were a finalist for? I think it was TTG. I think we should give that, actually. It's the Travel Industry Awards 2022 by TTG. So that's, I think that's good enough.
Was a hard one. Ushma, you were the first.
Well done, Ushma. That's fabulous.
There we go. Just checking that. Yeah, it was Ushma. So yeah, loads of people have got that correct. That's good. I don't pay any attention to things like that. I just kind of focus on like other things.
Hang on every word we say when we come on and present.
No.
Oh,
I can't remember everything, but everybody else can, seemingly, by all the answers.
Yeah, I have to say thank you so much, Sarah, for setting today up and making sure that everyone came on, and thank you to all the agents for coming on and giving up your time. I really appreciate it. It's amazing.
You're very welcome. Thank you for taking your time out and sharing with us. And Victoria and the team are so trade friendly. They want to work with you. If you need any help, let her know. Thank you, everybody. We've got the Caribbean Corner webinar tomorrow. If you're coming, I'll see you there. Thank you very much, Victoria. Enjoy the sunshine.
I will when it comes out. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Donna. Nice to meet you. Bye. Bye, everybody.